how to create a jet bike. It all started with an idea. Let's put jet engine into a bike. Well, I'm a 3D artist, and since I don't have a jet engine, we are going to create a model of a bike, put a jet into it, and also make some cool animations using Blender, which is a free 3D app. So go ahead, download it. Now to create a jet bike, we do need a background, some idea about it. So the next step comes, which is research. Doing some Googling, it was clear that jet bike do not exist. But I do remember that one car which had a jet engine, which was massive and weird. But we still have some design ideas from the fighter jets, GTA, and my favorite bike, Cafe Racer. And we use these as a reference to create the designing and modeling of our jet bike. Next thing is design. All you need is a pen and a paper, and we'll be able to create some layout, some vague ideas, but which are very cool. And my sketching is shit. So after doing some designing, sketching, using pen on paper, it was clear to me that we are not going to use multiple jet engines. We are going to go with MiG-21, which is having a single jet engine in the center. Also, it was clear that we are not going to use any wings because, of course, we are going to ride the bike, not fly the bike. Now, yes, we do have some problems with our design. Of course, like how are we going to turn the handle? How are we supposed to keep the engine running? How to keep the airflow stable at such low speed? But most of all, how are we supposed to save driver's ass? We have seen some great progress in compact jet engines, and they are being used in different areas. But I do have faith in humanity that one day a jet engine suitable for this bike will be made. Now we do have the idea, the design. Now all we need for a jet bike is jet engine. You can go ahead and download any model that you like from the internet. I used Sketchfab. It has an add-on which can be installed and it makes the work quite easy. All the important links are in the description. We are going to use a blueprint for a reference. To add a reference, just drag and drop the image, go into transparency and reduce it to something like 0.5, which will not interrupt in our work. Now we'll start with adding a grease pencil. With the help of the reference, we can decide the structure and put some grease pencil onto it to help us as a reference. We can also add a mirror modifier which will help us in keeping everything symmetric. Not to mention, I have a whole tutorial about how to use grease pencil and how to convert this grease pencil into mesh. Link is in the description. Now that we have a structure layout for our bike, we can take a render, go into Photoshop and start painting on it. And again, my painting is shit. But people are doing great stuff with this, and it is worth giving it a try. You'll find this in the description. After failing in Photoshop, we are going to gather all the motivation that we can, because now we are going into modeling. So let's start with some hard surface modeling. All you need is a plane. Now let's add subdivision surface modifier to it. Now duplicate it and add another subdivision surface modeling, but this time it will be simple. We can also add a mirror modifier and also select bisect. Now going into edit mode, select any vertex and use E to extrude and G to move. And this way you can create quite amazing features and different shapes just by extruding and moving the vertices. One more additional feature is knife tool. You can cut any part of it using the knife tool. After using the knife tool, again you can select any vertex, move them and create shapes as you like. Using the same process, I created the tank and the seat of this bike. The subdivision surface modifier helps in smoothing out all the edges and creates very realistic looking shapes. And I think taking a reference image is very important because it helps in making our model look more realistic and also gives our thought process a direction. For all the other structural parts like the handle, the body, etc., I'm just using a cylinder, extruding it, moving the vertices and doing the same process again and again, keeping the reference in mind or the grease pencil in mind. This helps in creating exactly the structure that we actually wanted. Also decided to include some details like the inlet for the jet engine, the fuel tank with weird holes, the speedometer, seat with the design, rendering started from very basic and I spent hours on the lighting and colors to choose. You can see how the rendering evolved from nothing to something until I was quite happy with it. Hope you enjoyed the journey. Please let me know in the comments how we can improve this bike. Also let me know if you like this workflow. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post stuff there quite regularly.